Hello everybody, Tammy here, and oh my gosh, it feels so nice to be back in my craft room. And I actually created a card today. We took a vacation, and just some other things have been going on, so it's been a few weeks since I've actually been able to create anything and have some downtime. So it feels good to be back here today. And I wanted to share, I have 3 birthday cards I have to make. Have to finish them by tomorrow night because the first birthday is Monday, then there's a birthday on Tuesday and a birthday on Wednesday. So the first card that I created, they're having a Bridgerton theme, a little, tea party with cake. And of course, I wanted to make the card from the group. So I went through all my paper pads. I have not watched Bridgerton. I want to, it's on my list. But I had to do some research because I thought, I'm pretty sure I have some paper that will go, fit that theme. So I pulled out this Stamperia Princess. And I think this was probably the closest paper collection that I had that would kind of, lend itself to 1813 London era times. So I did, let's see, I did the rice paper. That's what I was going to look for. I should have been more organized, guys. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, here it is. I used a piece of the rice paper, one of the embellishments here. I used this little pretty oil painting with the ornate frame. So that was my main, that was like my whole focal point for this card. So I built everything around this. And for the first time today, I used my Stamperia, the rice paper glue, and I really, really, really love this stuff. It's super liquidy, and so it goes on really well. The rice paper lays down perfectly. I didn't even have to pick it up and reposition it or anything. I actually put it, the rice paper, I put it on some thicker watercolor paper just because I wanted it to be pretty heavy duty, durable. And then I put several coats of this glue on top of it, and then I let it dry between each coat. And then the very last coat, I did go to my trusty old matte Mod Podge and I put a nice coat of Mod Podge on it. Because it did have a little bit of tackiness, I noticed with this as just being the top layer. So I took care of that with just a good layer of the matte Mod Podge. So, and then I've actually popped this up with my new favorite thing to use. Oh, I think I put it away. I just had it out. Oh gosh. Oh, here it is. Right here. Cardboard, the corrugated cardboard, the boxes that you get in the mail. Don't throw them away. I just watched a video, and do you think I can remember who it was that was talking about using this instead of the little rolls of the foam tape, or the little foam squares? They were, those are fine for tiny embellishments that you want to pop up, but something bigger, this worked so good. And I pretty much cut it almost as big as, the frame. So it's very sturdy. It's not wobbly anywhere. It's not, there's no indentations or anything. So I wish I could remember who was talking about this. It was somebody, one of the card makers that I watched, probably somebody in Anna's, or maybe it was Anna or Marilyn G. I'm just not sure. But whoever it was, thank you for that tip, because oh my gosh, I'm going to always make sure I have some of my corrugated cardboard pieces, handy here in the craft room for this thing right here. So, and then I also use some chipboard, and this is actually a Prima collection. I had that out too. I feel like I put things away way too soon. Let me see. Oh gosh, it's got to still be out here somewhere. Oh well, we don't need to find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So it's called Elegant Damask, and there were 3 pieces, and I used the bigger piece right here to put on the card, and then I painted it with gold paint, and then I went over it with the vintage gold in my Finnabair metallic wax, and I also went over the edge of this frame with the vintage gold metallic wax. And then there's a tiny little bit of pink rose gold metallic wax, and then the mint green. Just little hints of it here and there on the damask, just to kind of bring out some of the floral colors here with the leaves. So, and then I used the patterned paper for my bottom here, the border, had little pearls. So I made those little pearls dimensional with my Nuvo drops, and this is the crystal drops in the ivory seashell. So I really like the dimension that gives the card as well. And then I don't know if you can see, but this piece right here is another layer, and I distressed the edge before I put it down, and then also used the vintage gold wax along that torn distressed edge here. So the paper's got a lot of different, dimension and elements going on in it. And then here's the back. I just stamped it with one of my little, this card was handmade by, and then I just signed it. So this paper matches the front part of it. And then when you open it up, it's just pretty simple on the inside. I used some more of the pretty paper from the collection, and then I just did a gold embossed happy birthday sentiment. Stamped that out. So yeah, that's my Bridgerton sort of themed card. And then here I did a little box envelope for it because it's pretty dimensional. So I like to do the envelopes that are, can hold the thicker card. And so I just used a piece of ledger paper, kind of ledger or letters written on papers. I can't remember who this is by. Maybe DCWV might be. It's a great paper for doing envelopes and stuff. And then I had this little cameo die cut. Now what did I do with that? Oh, I think that's right here. Yeah, so the little die cut is right here, and this is by Cuttlebug. I've had this forever, and the collection is called Lost and Found, and it's all of these little eclectic objects. So I love this. The scissors, you've got a bird cage, a thimble, stamp, just so many things. There's gears, there's a ticket, a few different buttons, and a key. But I've used the cameo quite a bit. I've used her in several Jane Austen projects that I've done, and of course she went well with this envelope for this card. So, and then I just tied a little piece of silk ribbon right at the top of the little bail there, and then on the other side, I'm just going to cover up who it's to. I've already got the name on here, but this little label here is from the paper collection, and so I distressed around all the edges and gilded that in the gold with the wax as well. So yeah, so that's my card. It took me all day. I feel so out of practice. When you're, doing the rice paper, it was a little bit of mixed media stuff with the wax and painting, so that takes longer. And then sitting here trying to figure out what goes with what, and yeah, it was a little bit of a process, but I'm glad it's done. I hope she likes it, and it was fun to do. So, and then I have another. I did, because I had the rice paper glue out, and had a little piece of extra watercolor paper. You know, I used the same little piece of paper. I thought I would do another little embellishment and probably put another one of these cards together for somebody, um, you know, since the design and everything is fresh in my mind. But I thought that was a pretty little watercolor painting, or not watercolor, oil painting embellishment to use as well. So that'll probably show up on another card. But so I'm glad I finally used the Princess Collection. It's been in my stash for a long time. Never used it, so finally I did. So I'm just going to share some things that I have gotten recently. A little haul here. So we'll move this stuff over. So I wanted to get some new cardstock for my card bases. And this Creative Expressions, I decided to try this brand. The paper, you get 20 pages to a pack. It's the Pearl cardstock, ivory, and it's 230 GSM, so it's a nice weight for a card base. And they refer to this as Foundations Pearl card. So I think these are totally meant to be like your card, you know, your card. And so that's what I used for this card. And I really like the weight of it. You know, I scored it. It's not cracking at all, which sometimes when I use the thinner papers, I get that, you know. So definitely did not get that with this nice paper. So I did buy it in the ivory, and then I bought it in the vanilla, and I used the vanilla for my card here. It's just a little bit darker than the ivory. I feel like I have pieces of paint and wax everywhere. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's very, very nice. And then I got some new dies. So I've put them on magnet backers already, but boy, I had no idea these dies would be this big. I think it measures, the biggest die going across, these are squares, scallop squares, is like 6.5, you know, both ways. And all the way down to, look at the little tiny one. But this is a nice set. So I was excited to get that. And it's by Creative Expressions. And let's see, by Sue Wilson. And this is the Noble Collection Scallop Squares. Excuse me. So I got that. And then here are the stitched ovals. And this is also the Noble Collection by Sue Wilson, double stitched ovals. So I really, really like their dies. My husband had gotten me some for, I think it was Valentine's Day, and I'm a huge fan now of this brand of dies. So I got those. Here, let's put our card back here so we can show that while we're looking at all the other goodies. So now this is just a few things that I picked up. There's a few stores I shop at online, and this one came from a store called Miniature Luxuries and Papers, and she's online. Her name is Cindy, and she's on Stamperia's channel. I would say I think she's on there about once a month, and she has beautiful things in her store, and I've shopped there. It's been a while. I usually find things that I don't find at other places, so I like to go see what she has every now and then, and I always find unique things. So this stamp set, I was looking for a new Happy Birthday sentiment set, and this is by a company called Picture This Stamps. They're from the UK, And Cindy has a nice collection of their stamps in her store. And so I just loved the font on this stamp. So you've got birthday, you've got your happy, and then you've got days, so you can put together any kind of sentiment that you want to. Love, laughter, marvelous, and wonderful. And I just think it's so cute. So I got that from her shop. And then let's see, there were some other things. I'm probably not going to be, oh, I know, this cute little paper collection by Craft O'Clock, Paws of Happiness, and it's little cats. So I had to get this. This will be fun to make some cards with this little collection. So I know I got some more things from Cindy's shop, but do you think I can pinpoint them? I probably already put them away. So we'll go on to my next. The next thing, I shopped a pop-up personal de-stash sale and a store sale. So this I believe was from craftingonabudgetstore.com, and it's a 4-pillar ribbon frame. And I thought, oh, I need this to do bows. I think this will help me do the perfect bows, you know, with the wider ribbons and stuff, I'm hoping. So it shows you, it says create stunning bows in just a few steps. So that ought to be fun to use. And this is by Couture Creations. And then I also got, oh, these are so cute. These are by Craft Consortium. Tell the bees through the little charms, the bee charms. And then I also got the 6x6 in the paper pad. This is such pretty paper. I have a bee project that I'm going to be doing for a friend, so this paper will be perfect. So I got that. And then I got this little 6x6 flower fiesta. This is so pretty. All the little pages in here by Craft O'Clock. And then, like I said, some of this was her pop-up de-stash sale, and some of it I ordered online from her store. But this is the Ciao Bella Aesop's Fables. So I thought this would be a cute little paper pad to have in the 6x6. And then here's an Elizabeth Craft Designs die. This pretty flower. And there's all the dies. That'll be fun. And then here is the Elizabeth Craft Designs Berry Branch. I just thought that was so cute. So she included it on the magnet that she stores them. She stores hers like I do. I thought that was nice to include the magnet. And then she had some great stamp sets from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Look at the mushrooms. And then it has this grungy looking text with autumn. So that'll be fun to use. And then here's some pretty flowers called Garden Flowers. That one was called Autumn Surprise. But another one by Elizabeth Craft Designs. I love Elizabeth Craft Designs products. And then she had this little Momenta shaker die set that comes with some domes as well. And you get all of these little dies, so you know as soon as I saw the bee and the fact that it was a shaker die had me sold. So I was excited to get that. And then I think I picked this up from her store, her online store. But this is one of the molds I've been looking at, and I never have bought it. And I decided I needed it. And it's from Frank Garcia. My Sweet is the collection. But you get molds for all of those little things right there. So that'll be fun to use. And then she had these tags by Dress My Craft. And I love the scalloped look of these. So those will be fun. And then she had this slimline die. So I got that. And then this is another die from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And it actually says what does it say? Planner Essentials dies. But it's photo film slides. So, and she made the cutest little journal, miniature journal out of this. And I thought, oh, that would be so much fun to do. So it's, you know, and you could definitely use this for card making. I guess I'm not sure why it says Planner Essentials. I don't think that's something that I would put in a planner, but I don't know. I'll use it for other stuff. But isn't that cute? So yeah, that's just some of the stuff. Oh, and then she had a great price on these Color Shift paints by, I think these are by DecoArt, Folk Art. I think they were, yeah, is Folk Art, DecoArt? I can never keep track of everybody. Anyways, $24.99 was the regular price. She had them marked down to $15. So those colors look beautiful. So those will be fun to use. And let's see what else. Oh, these what are they called? Cerantica by Stamperia. I think these are very similar to the waxes like we have from Finnabair. But I thought I wanted to try them, so I bought the silver and the turquoise. Those will be fun colors to use. And then I think these were from Cindy's store, the miniature luxury store. Just some little tools. This is a little silicone pointy tool. So, and then this is a brush, which is pretty good for, you know, stenciling or pouncing on paint. I like to grab these when I see them. So they had good prices on those. And then the last thing I have here, and these I'm pretty sure came from May's store, the Crafting on a Budget. They're the cutest little, they're like a primitive red heart rat. Oh dear. But look how cute those are. Look at the shape of them. I just loved them. So I picture Alice in Wonderland projects or Valentine's or anything really that you want to use a little red heart for. So gosh guys, I think that is probably all of the new stuff that I have to share. Thank you so much for watching, and like I said, I'll be back hopefully, fingers crossed, I get the 2 more cards done by tomorrow night. And I'll be sure to do a video when I do. But I hope everybody's having a great weekend, that you have time to create something that makes you happy. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.